some of you might be aware, we have just got back from a 2-week trip to Walt Disney World in Florida. We filmed the entire series, so that's all available on my channel too, so get over there and watch that. But we've been back for a week now and definitely feeling the Disney blues a little bit, but it was an incredible 2 weeks. I went with my toddler, who's almost 2, and my husband, and we had the best time. And I have been planning to film a haul of everything we bought for ourselves, our son, and friends and family. And all of that stuff has been sitting in a bag in our bedroom for over a week now, unused. But I really want to crack out my Starbucks mug, so it is time that we get this video filmed. So my toddler is currently running around the realities of motherhood, so he will probably make a few appearances in this video, but let's go. So, as I've already mentioned it, and because my son is currently running around the house trying to steal it, yes, you going in? One of the main things I wanted to buy on this trip were the Been There series for the parks in Walt Disney World. Now, to be honest, this was a bit of a failure. There are mugs for every single park, so 4 of them. But I only found the Animal Kingdom one. I asked in Epcot, I asked in Magic Kingdom, and looked around in Hollywood Studios and had no success. And I literally created a space in my mug cupboard for 4 of them, and only found one, so maybe I'll find some more online and pay astronomical prices to get them, but for now I've just got the Animal Kingdom one. So this is the mug here, and it's the 50th anniversary edition, which was another reason I really wanted to find the set, but it's super pretty. You've got Everest, you've got Dinosaur, you've got Simba here. It's just super duper cute. And obviously the Tree of Life at the front. So now that I have filmed this, my next cup of tea is definitely going to be out of this mug, although I am a bit heartbroken that it won't be out of Magic Kingdom, but maybe one day. My husband is now Googling the mugs, so you never know. Next on my must get list were Spirit jerseys. I love Spirit jerseys. I have a few already, and I bought 2 on this trip. So the first being the one that I'm wearing now. It was this sort of rose gold pinky one with embroidered flowers down the side. I absolutely love it. These were fairly expensive, and this one was not much short of $100 including tax, but I was kind of prepared that they were going to be my main purchases of the trip. What I like about this one, which is quite different from other ones, is it's kind of like fleecy and a bit cozier, which is a bit more appropriate for Scotland without having to layer up majorly. So I like this, a bit different from anything I've had before. I also saw this one in the Pandora area of Animal Kingdom and absolutely fell in love with it. And it says Avatar on the back, which is a little bit different. I'd hoped to get one sort of traditional Walt Disney World one and one property related. So this just stood out to me. This is more like the original lighter fabric. I absolutely love it. I think it's just a bit special, and particularly because I loved Pandora so much. It's nice to bring something specifically Pandora home for myself. And this one was slightly cheaper than this one. I think it's because it's not like embroidered and fleece lined, but it was still fairly expensive, but I can't remember the exact price because I have taken the labels off and worn these already. So another must-have for us when we go on holiday are Christmas decorations and magnets. Now on the magnet front, we really struggled to find a decent magnet in Disney World, which sounds crazy, but all of the things that we thought would be beautiful as magnets were pins. So it took us quite a lot of searching to find any sort of magnets that we liked, because the only ones we were really coming across were like, how would you describe them?
Rubbery?
Rubbery foam, like, you know, like children's style magnets, that kind of thing. My husband is behind the camera if you hear him pitching in at any point. But what we did find when we were in Galaxy's Edge was this Rise of Resistance magnet, which I love. It is still quite big, but we really liked it. And we also managed to find this Castle 50th anniversary magnet as well, which is really cute. So it did take a bit of searching, but we did eventually find that. So magnets, tick. On the decorations front, again, we found a lot of the decorations very, very big. And we normally get a real tree, but I genuinely don't think those things would have stayed on a real tree. They would have fallen down. And with a toddler and a cat, it didn't seem the best idea. And a lot of them were just a bit too... That is my child meowing for you.
So cute.
But yeah.
Meow.
We didn't think they were the best idea, and some of them were very bold for us. I think if we had like 2 trees and one was like super fun decorations, which we might do down the line, then Disney decorations are great, but we're a little bit more low-key when it comes to our decorations. But what we did find in the Norway Pavilion, specifically at the end of the Frozen rides in Epcot, was this. And it's super cute. And this was $23 before tax. But it's a really sturdy decoration. And you got a little Mickey in the middle, so we're big fans of that. My son's having a great time in the background right now. This is how my vlogs are gonna go. I hope you're okay with that. So during our trip, we also managed to get to Universal for a couple of days. We're big Harry Potter fans, so it was great to go and see that area. And we found this little time turner, which is super cute as well. To add to our collection. We do have a few Harry Potter Christmas decorations already, but this will be a really nice addition as well, and I think it does technically spin. Dan, come in here. Help me spin my time turner. No.
Oh, that's the bit that spins. There we go. That's what you want to do.
Yay!
There you go.
There
That's
we go.
what you want to do.
That's the one.
Wait, I think spin that one and then that one. Way.
Great. Thank you, Dan's hands. I was also in need of a new keychain, and I found this really cute Pixar ball keychain as well. It's quite like sturdy and heavy. I'm hoping it will actually stand out a bit more and I won't lose my keys. So this is what my boy is up to right now while I film. He is just hanging out with ER.
Who's that?
ER, well done. So along with our resort mugs, which we did not take home because we just didn't have the space, and we figured, well, if we go again, we'll buy mugs again, we bought our MagicBands on the first day. So I went for the pink sparkly one. This cost, I think, about $30. I can't 100% remember, but it was great for the whole holiday. I'm not sure if I'll use it again or next time we go I'll buy another, but there's no way I'm throwing that away because it's too great a memento. You might catch in the early vlogs that Dan has a green magic band on. Dan actually lost that on the first day in the parks. It was about the same price as mine, maybe a few dollars less because it wasn't sparkly. So a couple of days in, he ended up replacing his magic band. We were going for 14 days. I didn't want to see the boy swiping his card every day. All good if that's what you want to do, but we wanted the full Magic Band experience. So when we were in Pandora, Dan picked up the Avatar limited edition one, which was $40 before tax, but it is stunning. I mean, look at this thing. So I'm hoping he might use this the next time we go, whenever that is. But it's beautiful. They had a couple of them, and this was a little bit subtler than the other one, but they did have some really nice options in the park itself. So yeah, that's Dan's magic band, and that will be proudly on display because it costs so much money. Speaking of Pandora, when we first rode Flight of Passage and went to the shop after, I fell absolutely in love with this little toddler hoodie. Now it has a little tail on the back. It's kind of like a shiny waterproof feeling material, and it glows in the dark apparently. Now when I saw this on the shelf it was $50 and I thought there is no way I can justify spending $50 on a hoodie that will fit my son for a year. So we left and moved on. Oh, thank you. Mwah. Thank you. Going in?
Yours?
You gonna kiss?
Yours?
Eeyore, yeah.
Yours.
Right, can Mummy get back to it? So then, as you may be aware, if you've watched our vlog series, Logan and I became quite sick when we were in our second day at Epcot. And it was all a little bit traumatic. Logan vomited all over his clothes. We had a great cast member come over to help clear us up. And then Pixie Dust Magic, she gave us vouchers to replace his clothes because they were a goner. And on the day we went and we bought this t-shirt for Logan, which was included in one of our vouchers. Now the vouchers were valued at $50 each, and it covered any piece of clothing that we needed from any of the shops in the parks. So we bought this t-shirt. But then the second voucher was for trousers, and we searched and searched the parks and could not find a pair of toddler size trousers. And we looked for days and days and had no luck finding anything. And I went up to a cast member in one of the shops and I said, look, do you have any toddler bottom halves? We have this voucher. Can we even use it now? And they said, you can use it for anything you want. So just pick anything. So we went back to the shop in Pandora and I brought it up to the counter and I asked if it would be okay to use the voucher for, and they were absolutely fine with it. So we ended up using the voucher to get Logan's super cute hoodie, which was so lovely. It really just made up for a bad couple of days. I mean, we planned this trip. The first time we booked it was in 2019, before the pandemic, before we had kids, and the idea of losing even a day or half a day to sickness sucks. It really does. But as you'll see in the vlog series, we got back to it. We did get back to the parks and made the most of the rest of our trip. It was just an unfortunate couple of days, and honestly props to that cast member who just gave us that little bit of pixie dust to sort out a dramatic situation and have a nice memory. And now I look at that hoodie and I think of the pixie dust, not the vomiting mother and child. Is that you in your new hoodie? You're so cute. So in that wonderful shop in Pandora, we also picked up a couple of toys for my son. We picked up this super cute Elu soft toy, which we absolutely love and our son was a big fan of too. Note about Disney, what is with the size of these tags? Everything has them. Every piece of clothing, ears, soft toys, this massive tag. Not a clue, not relevant, but yes. So we got our son this. I couldn't tell you how much it is because we bought it quite early in our trip, and obviously took the labels off so our son could play with it. So the shop also sold these little plastic Pandora animal toys, and it came in a pack of 10, I want to say, in a sort of plastic tube, but sadly we did lose that tube as we think that mousekeeping might have cleared it out thinking it was trash. But they are really, really cute, and Logan loves them. I have decided to store them in a little fabric bag that I've got, just so that we don't lose them. Fingers crossed, I'm sure we'll lose a few, but they're definitely a hit in our household. On to Hollywood Studios now, along with the little Pixar keyring that I showed you earlier. We bought a few other things. So this wasn't technically merch that we bought, but again, if you watch our series, you'll see that Dan bought a Coca-Cola from Galaxy's Edge, which came in this super cool bottle. And it was so expensive that there was absolutely no way we were throwing this away, so this will take pride of place somewhere in our house now. But it is so cool. I mean, they have got their own branding for Coca-Cola. I mean, how rare is that? And this cost around $6 for a very small Coke in a plastic bottle, but it is pretty cool, so... So quickly moving back to the day where our son wasn't feeling very well, my husband unfortunately also got covered in icky stuff. And he was given a voucher to replace his t-shirts. Now that particular day we went straight home after we got our son a t-shirt.
Oh.
You got your dinosaurs.
Oh my goodness, trying to vlog with a child. This is really hard. It's one thing in Disney, but it's another here. So after my son was poorly and we got him a new t-shirt, we headed straight back to the resort because we were not in the mood to shop. I was still poorly, my son was still poorly. So my husband didn't manage to use his voucher for a new t-shirt that day. So a couple of days later, when we were in Galaxy's Edge, he picked up this, and it is so nice. This was $45 before tax. So again, just not something we would have invested in ourselves generally, but it was so nice, very him. He's quite minimal, he wouldn't wear things with big branding all over it, but it was perfect for the days that were a bit chillier in the morning because it does have a long sleeve. So that was a great find, and again a lovely bit of pixie dust during not the greatest couple of days. Now when we came off Toy Story Mania in Toy Story Land, our son did a great thing. He found a toy that he wanted, he tried it out on the floor, he had a play, and then he told us he wanted it in his own way. And this was the toy. It's this little pullback Woody on a car. It was about $10. It wasn't super expensive. He absolutely loved it, and we were just quite proud of him for making a decision like that himself. And he didn't pick the most expensive thing in the shop, so win-win. So yeah, Logan got this little toy with some of his spending money. So our final purchase in Hollywood Studios was this tie for my husband. Now my son is having a Toy Story themed birthday party in just a couple of weeks' time. I'm planning on wearing the blue cloud dress that I wore during the vlog series, but my husband wanted something appropriately Disney Pixar for him to wear, and he came across this Pixar ball tie. It's super lovely quality. It was really expensive again. This was $45, but we really loved it, and he's quite a smart man, my husband, so I'm sure he'll get plenty of use out of it. Now, as I mentioned, we're having a Toy Story themed birthday party for my son, and I had been hunting and hunting online for Disney Pixar balls, the Luxo ball, and the only ones I could find cost like hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I didn't understand it at all, and I heard a rumour that they had them for sale in Disney World, and I actually found them in our hotel in the ink and paint shop. So we ended up buying 2 of these, and the hope is that we can get them out for part of his birthday party, and afterwards we've just got 2 really cool legit Disney Pixar balls. So during our trip, we also took a visit to Disney Springs, and in one of the shops there, I found this t-shirt, which I really, really liked. I thought it was a bit different. I really liked the colours and the poppy vibe. So I treated myself to this, which I wore in the park one day and I'll wear all the time at home. So it was a good purchase. I can't remember how much it was, probably slightly inflated prices on the real world because it's Disney, but I'm pretty happy with my purchase. During our Universal day, we also picked this super cute Jurassic Park t-shirt up for Logan. There were lots of like Universal style t-shirts, but I like the sort of classic Jurassic Park vibe. It is in a slightly bigger size than my son is at the moment, so hopefully he'll be able to get some use out of it in summer and maybe next year as well. But I thought it was really cute. Definitely the biggest purchase that we made while in Disney World was the Savvi Lightsaber experience that my husband did. He went and did it himself because I thought it would be more enjoyable for him than having a ruckus toddler around, and I wasn't quite sure if we'd both be able to go in with him anyway, as there's a 1 additional person rule and I don't know how a toddler plays into that. So my husband actually asked that question and was confirmed that only my son or myself would have been able to go in with him, so we probably made the right call that he did the experience himself. So my husband came out with this beautiful lightsaber in lightsaber bag. I'm going to get him on now to explain exactly what the whole thing involved because obviously I wasn't actually there for the building. So what happened for a $250 lightsaber Savvi experience?
Yes. So, I'll take it out of the bag. The bag, it does get a little bit frayed. This is the one you get for free with the experience. And when you're carrying it around all day, then carrying it all the way home, it does get pretty worn and frayed. It's not the best, but it is pretty good that you get it included so that you can actually take it home safely. This is my lightsaber here.
Beautiful.
Which is pretty cool. So as you go to Savvi's workshop, you have to choose before you enter one of 4 aesthetic styles, one of 4 themes for your lightsaber hilt. I can't remember what they all are, but this is the one that I chose. And once you get in, the person running the workshop has a really fantastic speech, which is very theatrical. After he's finished his speech, one of the cast members will come to you, and one other person, so there'll be 1 cast member per 2 lightsaber builders. And will basically talk you through assembling your lightsaber handle. Now, there weren't as many options as I kind of thought there'd be going in per theme. There's the base, the switch, there's 2 grips, and the emitter. So you get 2 options per section. So there is obviously an element of customization there. I just went for all from the same set because they were obviously clearly meant to go with each other, and it did look the nicest. But not super customizable. But it does make sure that your lightsaber does look good at the end of the day. You don't end up with just
totally random.
A total mess. If you're like, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like a total mess. But anyway. Lightsaber.
And you got to choose the color.
Oh, and you get to choose the color of your lightsaber crystal. Almost everybody in my group went green, like me. For some reason, nobody went blue.
You can change the color though, can't you?
No hate. Yeah, apparently if you change the crystal, it will change the color of your blade, which is pretty cool.
Very cool, thank you. I will include some B-roll here of it in action because we did have quite a lot of fun in Galaxy's Edge with your lightsaber, didn't we? My favourite part of it, before you put it away, is the fact that when it's on and you move it, you can hear it. I think it's very cool. So yeah.
What I quite like is when you detach the blade, it makes a little detaching noise.
That's fun.
Which
And
is
that was
just
a
nice touch.
good thing to know because we weren't sure whether the blade would detach.
Yeah, so I'm likely to just display it like this.
Yeah.
Yes, my darling.
What have you got, honey? Also worth noting, we had absolutely no bother getting it home on the plane. The bag has sort of like padding in it to take care of your lightsaber, and Dan just took it on as a personal item in the way you would an umbrella for both of our flights. So it wasn't just the Orlando flight that was fine because they see them all the time. Our flight from London to Scotland was also absolutely fine.
Absolutely nobody questioned it.
No, I'm kind of surprised, to be honest, especially the flight from London to Scotland. I thought we'd get more questions, and they'd, we'd be making sure it wasn't actually a weapon. But it was absolutely fine, so obviously can't promise that'll be the case for you, but don't worry too much about it. And because the bag's included, that's a bonus too, so it's not a decision to make whether to get a bag for it. But as we say, it did get a bit frayed, so maybe don't plan to be walking around the park with the bag for too much time. Thanks guys, that was helpful. And here's Logan in action again in his hoodie. You gonna say hiya? You still got the label on. Hiya.
A kiss from mommy? Oh. Oh, and a kiss for everyone else. That's nice. Mwah.
Right, will Mummy get back to the haul? Will we show people what we bought for... Yeah! Will we show people what we got for everyone else? So I think they technically sell these on Shop Disney, but we picked up this photo frame while we were there. We love having photos all over our house, and we thought it would be nice to pick one of our favourite Disney World photos and pop it in this frame. This was $25, again, a lot of money for a photo frame, but it is a little bit special, although it will be really hard to pick which photo is going to go into it. From the same collection, we also picked up a few things for friends and family. We got these lovely little kitchen towels with Mickey on them. We didn't want to overdo the Mickey Disney vibe because not everybody is super into that, but we thought that these were quite versatile, so we'll be giving these to a couple of our relatives. So while in Main Street in Magic Kingdom, Dan picked up some of this fruity mix popcorn. He described it as basically like sweet popcorn with a bit of a sweet touch to it. And he has demolished his whole bag, but we also picked up some very similar popcorn in our hotel shop, which actually seals a little bit better than the stuff that we bought in Magic Kingdom. So we were able to take this home for my brother, and I know he will absolutely love this and probably demolish it in one sitting. Now for my mum, we got her something a little bit more special, partly because she was meant to be coming to Walt Disney World with us, but health problems got in the way of that, and she loves Crocs. She lives in them at home. They're super duper comfy. And when I saw these, I knew we had to have them for her. Oh, Logan's coming in too. He heard me say Granny and now he thinks I'm FaceTiming Granny, but I'm not. Yeah, Gaga, yes.
You sit with Mum. Okay. But they were around $60.
Because they were a gift, we've already taken the price off. But they are real Crocs, they're not just in the style of, so they were quite expensive, and they are the 50th Anniversary Collection, if let you see. So they're really nice and they're really my mum's style, so I know she'll love them. And we also picked up my son a Sorcerer Mickey plushie in quite a small size, and they do have really huge ones, but this was most appropriate for packing as well. And he's super cute, so there we go. This was, I think, $25, but I think it's definitely worthwhile. Now, I'm going to get my husband to take my son out of the room for a minute because there's one more thing that we bought this trip, but it is a birthday present, so I don't want him to see it now and then stop really wanting it. Bye, guys. So the main thing I really wanted to get my son in Disney World specifically was a Buzz Lightyear. He is a big fan of Toy Story. As I say, his second birthday party is going to be Toy Story, and this is going to be his main birthday present. Now, I absolutely love how Buzz is styled now. All of the Toy Story toys are in these sort of proper vintage style boxes. My husband actually flat packed this and then put it back together again so we could pack it, and I absolutely love it. I know he will love it. So yeah, he'll be getting that in just a couple of weeks' time. We didn't buy this in Toy Story Land because the idea of carting this around all day when we were in the parks wasn't great, and I'd already seen them in the hotel shop. So I actually bought this on our last night in the hotel. It was $33 before tax, which isn't too drastic. It is a really substantial toy, and Logan already has Woody, which we got him during our trip to Disneyland Paris when he was 8 months old. So there was just a symmetry there in buying Buzz from Disney World as well. So I'm super excited to give it to him. I'm planning to vlog his birthday as well, so I'll share that experience with you guys of him discovering his Buzz. But for now, this is going back up high in the cupboard out of sight. Okay, I think that's everything that we bought on our trip. It does feel like we bought quite a lot. It was a mega bonus getting a few things for free thanks to our little bit of pixie dust. And I'm really pleased that my husband could do the lightsaber experience. Yes, it was expensive, but it was a Christmas present for him too. And he is such a big Star Wars fan that he really deserved to do the full haul. But yes, now that I've officially filmed this, I am cracking out my mug. Logan can wear his hoodie. My mum can finally have her Crocs. It is very exciting. Really pleased with all our purchases. There's nothing I sort of regret or thought, oh, I got swept up in the moment. We were very aware from the outset. We said, make sure everything we buy, we're not just in the Disney bubble, we will actually wear this or use it at home. And I think we stuck to that pretty well. Because yeah, when you're in Disney, you think, yeah, I will wear Mickey jeans every day. Realistically, we won't. Some people would, that's great, but we won't. So we did try and keep that side of things under control a bit. But it was lovely getting Logan a few things. It was great seeing him pick his first toy, and I know he's gonna love his birthday present. So I think that's all from us for now, but please give us a like and subscribe and check out all of the Disney vlogs. We filmed the entire trip and they will all be up on our channel now, and we will speak to you soon. You gonna say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Aww.